Yeah, the preservation mechanic in game does need some work, but it's already, you know, let's give it credit where it's due. It is better than most games that are currently out there for such things. So, you know, I do enjoy it. All right, let's drop off sheets of paper, newspapers. Gonna pop the cologne in here. Pencil will stay with me. Oop. Also, because I'm not an idiot, and eventually light will be the issue. Oh. Is there something that... Hang on a second. Huh. Is there something up? Is there another show at midnight? I thought it was 6, 12, and 6. Hey, my Medians. 21 months. Almost best year amount of subs. Thank you so much. Hiya. Is it just midnight commercials? We sit on the ground at least. But I'm knackered. Every 6 hours... Really? There's a show at midnight as well? I had no idea. This has been an endorsed message by the Republican Party. Is there actually anything, though? No, it was just a commercial. What a letdown. Man. Alright, I'm going to wake up in 5 hours. Hope that didn't bring any zombies. You know, smarten myself up a bit. Ready for a day of hard work. Yeah, curing boredom is super important, yes. Absolutely true. I would like the... Ooh. Actually, that might not be too bad. Could I add more to this now? Oh, I can! I can add more to it because I've got more stuff to add to it now. So as I eat, I can just keep topping it back up. Oh, this is fantastic. Okay. Add bacon. Let's make this pasta, this steak pasta, truly delicious. Forever stew. Well, I mean, you know, there's a lot of precedent for forever stew. Grab it. I mean, it's basically pottage. Pottage by any other name, you know? Alright, we've got some shows coming on. Said he'd invest. I'm hoping that I can hear that. We'll see. Some sausage. I guess what I could do is bring up my skills and see if any of them are getting better. Hey you! Hey you with the cook show! Brought to you by Kitten Knives? Sounds both cute and dangerous. Oh, what? Ah, damn it, I keep pressing that wrong. What is it? Am I cooking getting better right now? Don't think it is. Backing it up with bacon. There we are. Definitely getting better now. I should have put it on a low heat. I'm not actually sure what having these skills does. I'm gonna be honest. Bam! Looks good, huh? It does. See you all tomorrow. Take care. Thank you very much for the show. Oh no! It's too late. Burnt. Well, you know, here we know. That was a shame. I should have checked the settings. I even said it while I was doing it, which was dumb. I should have popped it down. Look, burnt pasta is still food. No, it's not. We'll pour it out. But that's a shame. Hey, Tilly. Well, we made charcoal. We didn't make charcoal. We probably actually didn't burn it by that much, sadly. I love how it would make me bored. Ironically, this wouldn't make me bored at all. This would actually make me quite... It's like, you know, I've got this puzzle. I'm going to need to forage in amongst the burnt bits to find the edible bits. But there we are. I'm feeling a little sad because I ate the bad pasta. Oh well. I will lift my spirits with some soda. I didn't dump food out, Pandora. As if. I am all too willing. This is the reality here. I would be all too willing to eat burnt food. It may mostly be carbon now, but I would still get some nutritional benefit from it. Tilly, did you come in to scratch on that scratch post just to ask to go back out? Because if you did, I'm going to warn you. I think Sheila may actually cook you. I might not even try to stop it. It's true. If you had Sheila let you in just so you could scratch your scratch post and then demand to be let back out. Oh, Dilly. Oh, dear. Tilly with pasta. Tilly pasta. I wonder if I can add more things into this, though. You're lucky you're cute, Tilly. So lucky. Okay, let's pop that back in. We're feeling good with food right now. Yeah, I'm satiated. Okay. I need a hammer. I'm going to mark these as being looted. I want a shed or something. These don't look like places that would have sheds. I don't know what this building is over here, though. I wonder. We're going to go and try and find out. Oh, I'm starting to get hot, though. Unpleasantly hot. Really? It's not showing me as being unpleasantly hot. It's kind of a weird one. My crotch is very warm. Good dreams. Less said about that, the better, I think. Right, the zombies have moved on from over here somewhat. Oh, they've moved on over there, which is less good. Hello, Sir Zombo. Only dreams now. Only dreams. There we go. All that pain and suffering ended. Are there any, like, bonuses to wearing things like chokers and stuff? Out of curiosity, like in this game? In Cataclysm, that matters. You know, fancy clothing makes you feel fancy. Like it has a functional effect on your morale. Let's put it that way. Fancy clothing makes for fancy feelings, makes for less doom and gloom. Hi. More customization for multiplayer. See, the thing is, though, that I can't imagine the jewelry and such is actually expressed. Oh. Oh. I've got a weak stomach. Okay, duly noted. I wouldn't have thought of burnt food as being a big of a problem, but it's gonna be. Aren't you? Now, this is gonna sound like a stupid question. It's gonna sound like an absolutely dumb question. Well, see, the thing is, I wasn't expecting him to just shovel his mouth full of basically coal, but to spend time picking out the edible bits. But nevertheless, okay, that's fine. How does one deal with the situation of being sick in this game? Can you actually just vomit it up to fix the problem? Chicken soup and rest. Wait it out. Okay. If it's just a case of waiting out, that's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Thank you very much for the help, Jet. Very much appreciate it. Okay, what is this? Other than a place where zombies live. Wait a second. Okay, so phone booths. Wall sinks. See, chat, you say this looks like a school. To me, this does not look like a school, because I come from Britain. The idea of having a phone booth in a school, really? Really? So you can ring your parents and complain about how much like prison it is? But okay. Okay. It was the 90s. Well, I don't remember any 90s school shows from Britain ever showing them with, like... Granted, okay, most of the 90s shows about schools in Britain painted a much worse picture. It just wasn't as industrial as this. It was very characterful. Some might say too characterful. Alright, but I think I'm going to actually pop my head in and we'll see what we can do. Yeah, I never saw a phone in school. Like, if you had a mobile phone and it ever went off, you would be following the phone out the window. Okay, queasiness is gone. Good. Got 2 hours, chat. I mean, is this a 2-story building? Didn't look like from outside. Maybe it is. Possibly something for us to look for. Really, Sheila? Your school had a payphone? Look at you, fancy pants. Sure. Okay. Looking for intermediates, tailoring for beginners. Come on, there's got to be something amazing in here. There's a lunchbox. Sports shorts. Sports shorts? What? Oh, okay. Lockers weren't particularly common in my school, but they were, you know, you'd have them in your, like, in PE. But it was more like the lockers you have at a swimming pool. You know, it's not a place you actually yes. Well, that doesn't sound good. It was more somewhere you would put your stuff whilst you were in PE, rather than somewhere where you simply had stuff. That part is very strange to me. Okay, well, this is actually an amazing find. Very happy. We don't need sneakers, don't need that. Move those across. Won't fit in there, that's fine. Really? Will it not? A school bag can't... What? The heck? Why? Oh, I'm looking in the school bag. Never mind, never mind. Shh. Don't even bring it up, chat. Don't even think about it. Yeah, we were required to carry textbooks around all day. That's why we were all strong. And I'm not joking about that. That was the side effect. The consequence of the fact that I had to carry all of my textbooks everywhere I went all day long was that my arms bulked up and I looked like Popeye. Which is great for throwing rugby balls. Also, you know, beating people with my bag. Which, I'm pleased to say, I only had to resort to on occasion. Being that I was one of those that decided that oh, of course, you've got individual desks as well in the Americans. Ah, my lord. How fantastically wasteful of space, but at the same time, very useful for me. Like, my goodness. It's like a slice of life anime. Everyone has their own desk and their own notebook, and how glorious. Okay, time to go home. Very much time to go home if I want to catch the TV show. My high school experience was a lot of unused lockers, as no one had time to go to them between class. See, that makes a lot of sense to me. I had just about enough time to pack my bag in the class, in the last class I was in, and get to the next class before I was expected to be in the next class. I didn't have time to go to a locker and pick out the stuff that I needed. But yeah. Consequently, like, no joke, arms like tree trunks. Which did, you know, have its certain benefits. Sheila, I was the same as a lot of others saying. Had lockers available, didn't have time to use them. See, I feel that there's a lesson here somewhere. Either they need to give people much more time to get between lessons, or they just need to do away with the locker idea entirely. Oh, we're back. Woo! Parker bum. Just in time. But yeah, we had lockers for PE. But it made a bit more sense for PE because I was going to be changing out of my clothes, and it wasn't like I just want to shove my entire school uniform into my bag and then pull it back out all creased to goodness knows what. We had nice hangers. We were expected to keep it tidy because if you were a guy and you were walking around with a creased shirt, once again, you would be following your shirt out the window. Okay, they didn't strip you before throwing you out the window, but you would be going out the window. If you couldn't shave with your shirt collar, you were in for a world of badness, unless you became very stealthy, which was another consequence of my school. A preternatural sense for when the you know, hard-ass teachers were nearby, and the ability to blend into your surroundings. Those windows seemed very busy at your school. Yes, they were. In some classes more than others. For real though, my school was super old school. Hard pun. With that kind of stuff. Like you were expected to look immaculate at all times. Unless you were playing rugby, in which case you needed to look like you'd been dragged through the dirt backwards at all times. Otherwise you just weren't trying hard enough. It was a very conflicting experience, I'm not gonna lie. And I know the stupidness there. I went out with a bag and I didn't end up using it. That being said, we've now got a school bag, so. Mildly bleeding too. Well, you weren't expected to get wounded, but wounds were treated like badges of honor. The teachers had a surprisingly mild reaction to you know, getting up bloodied. Though I do remember that one time that I tried to tackle someone and another person on my team tackled. We both tackled the same person at the same time, but the other guy, Owen, jumped first. And so when I was coming in for the tackle, I was behind and I basically tackled the back of his feet, which obviously studded boots. It's fine. I got up, felt okay. But I was called over by my teacher and he went to dab away the blood. And then it was like, he went white. That was my first indication that this was perhaps worse than I felt it was. Apparently, like it looked like I had a second head growing off my head. I was so swollen from that. Like it was straight off the pitch to the nurse, and then my parents were called. I was fine. I was absolutely fine. It was just a swelling, nothing more. But obviously it was a head trauma, so they were ultra worried. But consequently, I was made fuss of by our coach for that. I was their favorite for a little while because I'd earned my stripes. But yeah, not exactly the best way to treat children. I'm going to be honest, but it was the way that we were treated, and you know, I like to think I didn't come out completely awful, but yeah. Let's just say the things have changed. Oh yeah, head wounds bleed crazy bad. It was the swelling that worried him. Because it was a cut. It was just above my eyebrow, and anything in that vicinity is gonna bleed awfully. But yeah, apparently it looked really bad when like he dabbed it away, and it was just like, oh, okay, this is there's a lump here that shouldn't be there. This may be bad. Let's drop things off. I could wear the baseball cap. Does it give me any protection? No, not really. Oh, friendship bracelet. That is actually okay. You know, that is full on. Yeah, no, that was in like 90s shows, or I assume 90s shows. I don't know. I never pay attention to when things are set in, but that feels like the sort of thing that was in every school drama ever. Let's go drop some things off. Which part of the UK did I go to school in? Head to the valleys in Wales. Ultra old school. Like, I actually mean, like, really, really old school. I would like a blue pen, I'd like a red pen. I don't need a black pen. A pencil, a blue pen, a red pen, one eraser is good enough for me to be able to mark my map. That'll have everything I need. That being said, honestly, it might be bad for me to just do that when I come back. Realistically speaking. And yeah, I know I've got a bloody thing in there. The electronics I will drop off. The lunchbox is an interesting one. Because I might actually want to keep that one. I want the rip sheets, but I'm actually going to sterilize some sheets before I go out. Yeah, lunchboxes count as containers. What's the point of writing utensils? I will show you now. Those marks. Black pen, pencil, red pen, blue pen. You can use all of these marks. You can add notes, edit notes. Currently, I've marked these as explored. You know what? I will add a note down here in blue pen. Add note. Tonk. School. Good lord, that map is bright. Oh, I'm sorry, Leafin. They should add colouring books. That would be amazing. Alright, there's a couple of things that I can do here. Firstly, I'm going to drink. Should I wash? I've got a washing machine that I could use, but I am actually a little bit worried about doing that. No, instead, I'm sure we're going to do some other things. I'm feeling a little sad. Let's make myself a little bit happier. Or try to. No, I don't want to make it. I've got to fill the pot with water first. Fill all, may as well. Let's make ourselves happier by burning more passes. Shut up, Leafin. Shut your mouth. Close your lips. Clench your jaw. And do nothing else. You scallywag, you. Though I do appreciate that that would have actually zero impact on you being able to type sass at me, sadly. Right, let's make... Sure, random meats. I don't care about. What was the name of your English or literature? Oh, no. Mrs. Book. No, it was my classical studies teacher, Mrs. Shakespeare. Can I not add anything else? Oh, there we go. More meat. Got sausage, bacon, chicken. Look, I know if we had ham, I would have made it just a pure pig stew, but sadly we don't, so we're just going to have to live with it. And I know the chicken, adding chicken to this, probably not the best. We're going to add some bread to it as well, though, just bulk it up a bit. This should cure a lot of unhappiness. Let's add... Sure, let's add some meat patties as well. This is now going to be amazing. Add a little bit more bread to bulk it up a little bit more. I think that's it. 72 hunger, 40 thirst, and happiness minus 30. Yes. Turn on. Place in container. No. No! No! You idiot! Oh, I swear. Oscar. Now this should cook slowly. Because I've got on a relatively low heat this time. Sure. Let's go ahead and enjoy some pop. Well, I'm actually satiated. I'm a little bit surprised by that. Okay. Gonna cook slowly. It's fine. Pop on a different news channel, shall we? Let's go for Kentucky radio. Alright, it's going to be hard to see that. Is literature like English class? I mean, there's a literature class for every language. So you'd have a class that would teach the spoken language in a more broader sense, and then literature which would focus very, very specifically and have a much more narrow focus on the on literature works, such as, in English you might be studying Shakespeare, so on and so forth. Because there's a difference between the spoken and the written language, a massive difference. And for some languages, that difference is even more extreme. You take certain languages where, for the larger part of their history, they've had an oral tradition, so they didn't really write as much. And so their language is going to be more complex. There we go, that's all we needed to do. And grab. Right. I would like to eat 1/4 of this, which should actually be amazing for me. Really, it's still saying better hot? I just got it out of... Oh, whatever. It cools so stupidly fast in this game. Can I fill up... Can I, like, get the bowl out and then fill it? Can I pour into a bowl? Can I... No, I can't. Okay, fine. That's a shame. I will put this back in the fridge, though. While I've got access to the fridge, I may as well make use of it. I'm going to stay up until we've got the last show on for today, and then I'm going to go to sleep. Yeah, this game has a very simplistic view of heat. If there's a low heat, then you slowly cook the thing, rather than you can't cook it. Like, making certain meals, you need basically a very strong heat for a very short amount of time. You just kind of see the outside. This game approaches it very much from the sense of, has the food reached a certain temperature? If so, it is cooking. If, it's more, is there a positive temperature being applied? If so, yes, then start the cook timer. And depending on how extreme that temperature is, the length of that cook timer. Alright, well, let's have a rest. Yeah, if you're worried about food safety, the game's interpretation is pretty accurate. Yes, no, absolutely. It's not going to be the most succulent. You're not going to be able to make some of the more complex meals, but you just apply heat over a long enough time to kill all of the bacteria in it. Eating raw food is generally fine. It's just the stuff that's living in raw food which is not, which most of it can be destroyed by heating it up. You will get a little bit more nutrition faster out of food that is cooked because you're effectively doing some of the digestion before you eat it. There are like 3-4 different ways that you're going to break something down into nutrients. One is mechanical pressure. That's what you do with your teeth. You grind it. You crush it into a paste. One is heat. Your body does that in a sort of way, though mostly it's enzymes breaking it down. But, there is a bit of that also in there. Your body does heat up its food before it properly digests it and moves it down to the gut where the bacteria start stripping it down. But, you heat food and you're doing part of that job for your body. And so now your body doesn't need to expend resources in the form of energy to warm your food up to the point where you can digest it freely. Right, well, that's done. We're going to go and tuck her down into bed. We're knackered. There we go. Let's have a sleep. Yeah, we've been... That was an explosion. We've been eating cooked food for so long as humans that we've evolved around eating cooked food. Yeah, no, that's absolutely correct. Yes, please do cook your food. Unless, you know, we're talking about a lettuce. You don't necessarily need to cook the lettuce, though I do recommend you wash the lettuce. You don't need to cook it, though. In fact, one could say that cooked lettuce, perhaps, unless you're very delicate with the cooking process, would actually diminish the properties of the lettuce. Apples, too. If you cook it in the right way, add the right things to it, you can make a delicious apple pie. If you simply heat it up, I would say that a warm, mushy apple has lost a certain something over the cold, crisp, firm, crunchy apple. That's my personal opinion. I know some people who like the softer varieties of apples, and that's okay. You can like that. That's fine. Me, I like to hear the crunch when I bite into an apple. I like to feel the crunch. I've actually never had fried apple. No, you're quite right. You're quite right. Okay, well, it is a new day. We could have some more meat stew. Let me have a look at my health. How's my overall underweightness going? I mean, it's starting to get up there. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. Let's grab this out. Grab. We're going to warm this up. I'm going to have a drink. I'm going to fill my water bottle. And then I am going to pop this in. Oh, come on. Pop it. No, come on. There we go. On the oven. And while we're waiting, I'm going to read a little bit. I'd still get something out of cooking if we have one for beginners. I don't. Tailoring for beginners, maybe? Mechanics for beginners? Metalwork? No, I think I'm going to grab tailoring for beginners. No ground. No, we're actually not close enough, sorry. Sit on ground now. Ah! Turn off! Damn it, that happened so fast! How the hell? My lord! Okay, I take it back. Fair enough. I'm going to eat half of it. Oh, no, I'm going to eat a quarter of it. I'm surprised by how quickly that... really better hot? It was just burning! It was literally just on the verge of becoming charcoal, and you're like, oh, well, I mean, it could be it could be improved if, you know, a little bit warm. Say I am annoyed. Be an understatement. Charcoal not hot enough. Needs to be glowing embers. Yes, apparently. Apparently that is true. Okay, well. I suppose... Well, we've got 3 hours, so I don't really want to do too much. I could pop my head outside and have a little poke around, maybe do a little bit of foraging, perhaps. Oh, you know, honest to goodness, I could just sit down and read for a couple of minutes. The other thing I could do, actually, speaking about it, is I could 100%... yeah, I'm going to park my butt. On the couch, even though it will look, for all the world, as if I'm sat on the floor. But, let's have a read. What I could have done is exercised. And then there's something to be said about doing that, doing a bit of exercising. Super Truckin', thank you very much for the 18 months, mate. Aavak, I sincerely believe you've messed up so many dishes. Your character's not. I burnt one thing, Leafin. Maybe my character is just that flexible, that adaptive, the perfect organism. It's like Goku. Any defeat that doesn't kill him makes him stronger. He was defeated by charcoal once. Now his body is adapted. And to assert his dominance, not only can he eat charcoal, he must eat charcoal. Am I going to stream Distant World 2 anytime soon? Yes. I was a little bit uncertain just because I'll only have access to 2 of the factions, but yes. Yeah, Goku, that cooking system looks tough. Let me fight it. I need to get some sleep. Thanks for the entertainment, Aavak, and I've learned some tips about stealthiness and picking better skills. I'll try a new game of Project Zomboid tomorrow. Good night, all. Oh, good night, Saif. Aavak will cook that steak so much it will no longer be well done. It will be congratulations. Oh, God, that was bad. Right, okay. You know what? I can speed up time. Why am I not speeding up time? I am doing learnings. Yeah. I will read this through. The President has released a statement asking for calm. I understand the frustration. I can hear you loud and clear. Why is that something all politicians always say? I understand the frustration because I'm like you. No, you're not. I want to know when my fellow Americans who are laid low with sickness can be returned to their families. To this end, I will be talking to the General today, from which I will be able to provide more answers. However, the horrifying activities that we have seen on our streets over the last 24 hours, there is no excuse. No excuse whatsoever. Arrests will be made. Every authority is on high alert. If you are seeking to disrupt our way of life through fear and scaremongering, you will be sorely disappointed. I will come back to you with more information about the mild flu-like infection. Meanwhile, closer to home, General John McGrew has issued a warning to folks camped out in the event on the event line. His message: if worried relatives and displaced families do not move on, they will be dispersed. Meanwhile, gunshots from inside the zone have been heard. The military refused to comment. This is Jackie J. Keep safe, Kentucky. There you have it. Jackie J. Urging you to keep safe. Right, time for us to head on out. Let's have a look around. A couple of zombies over there. Do I want to continue looting the school? I don't really think I do. Maybe I do. I need a hammer. I need a hammer is what I need. What I could do, though, is a bit worrying, but... King Fox. Rocks is what I need. Come to me, rocks. Oh, dear God. Hi. I was happier when I did. Why? That sucks. That's what I'm thinking. But I don't see any, like, sheds on the map. possible there will be some. Okay, so. What are the odds that a school building will have a workshop? I honestly do not know how to pass this building. I don't know what age group this is meant for. Is this just a really, really big primary school, or is this more of a secondary school? Is this a school which would be trying to teach people a trade, or is it a school that is trying to teach people to count, basically? Is the car open? Yes, it is. Let's have a look in here. You never know. I mean, I'll take it, I guess. Grab. Also, that needs to be in there. Oh, West Point map. Sure. Grab. Also, pop that in there. Also, let's have a look. Oh, is this where we are? Ah, that might be where we are. In which case, if this is where we are... no. Are we in West Point? No, we're in Riverside. Riverside. It's just I was confused by the, you know, the river.